you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias.
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Grammy Award winner Maya joins us.
How are you?
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat, Brad Gilmore.
Thanks, Keith, and welcome back to The Collection here. My name is Brad Gilmore. If you're tuning in for the first time, thank you. Leave 5 stars as a rating if you enjoy the interview that you're about to listen to. If you haven't listened to all of them, we have a tremendous backlog of hundreds of interviews with celebrities from music, movies, film, TV, comics, wrestling, sports alike. So make sure you go check out all the other interviews here on The Collection. Today on the show, we are welcoming Jodie Sweetin. Jodie Sweetin has a brand new movie coming out on Lifetime, just in time for the Christmas holiday. It's called Merry Swissmas. And we're talking with her about the film, about her favorite Christmas movies. You might know her from Full House and Fuller House. And we had a really fun conversation. I put her on the spot. I asked her to do a Michael Caine impression. Did she do it? We're going to find out. Here is Jodie Sweetin on The Collection. And she joins me right now on the show. We're really excited to talk to her and about her brand new film that is coming out on the Hallmark Channel, of course. Excuse me, on Lifetime. It's Merry Swissmas. You can see it this November the 5th at 7 Central. Jodie Sweetin joins us this morning. Jodie, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Look, I love the holiday season. I'm sure that you're in there with me. I'm a sucker for all these movies that come out on Lifetime, on Hallmark. I go back and I watch the OGs, right? The Home Alones, the Christmas Vacations. What about this project though drew you? Do you just love Christmas that much, or did something more there?
You know, I do love Christmas, but I really loved the script on this one, actually. There was, so a lot of times these movies are just, they're perfect and they're lovely and they're beautiful and they are that thing that we're looking for in Christmas movies. But the one thing I loved about this script for Merry Swissmas was there was some there was a little bit of family drama, not drama, but so here's the story. So Alex shows up to help her mom, who has just recently opened an inn in Switzerland. And Alex's mom decides to take it upon herself and invite Alex's old best friend, Beth, to the holidays to Switzerland with Beth's mom, because they all used to spend the holidays together. But the only catch is that Beth is now dating Alex's ex-boyfriend. So it's a little bit complicated. Mom didn't ask Alex if it would be okay. Alex doesn't really want to see this friend. So, there's some conflict in there amongst figuring out how to forgive this, being a little bit irritated at mom. There's some stuff going on. And I loved that when I read the script because it felt very real in that, when families get together for Christmas, sometimes things go a little bit sideways and you have to go back and remember exactly what the holidays mean and why they're important and why it is that all of those people that you love are together and that's more important than anything. So I really loved that part about the script.
Again, we're talking to Jodie Sweetin right now. The Lifetime holiday movie Merry Swissmas is going to be on November the 5th at 7 Central Time Zone, 7 o'clock. Hey, so when you're looking at doing a film of any kind or a television role or a new venture, especially in the acting realm, what is the first thing that you look for in the script? Do you look for relatability? Do you look for a great story? Is there something in particular that has to stand out to you?
It depends. It depends on what the project is. It depends on whether I think it's something that I fit in well with or that audiences would be excited about. For the holiday movies, I mean, there's so many of them out there, and for me, it's I want to make sure that it actually has good writing and good story and good characters. So I would like to think that most of the ones that I've done have had some real grounding in some heart and reality and some of that good holiday spirit.
Now, aside from being a star of the stage and screen, of course, you also have a very popular podcast where you talk about parenting. Never thought I'd say this. And I wanted to ask this. So I'm recently married about 6 months ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Jodie. My wife and I are starting to have the conversations about the kids, right? So I want to know from you. You had a very unique upbringing, I would say, being on television and things of that nature. How do you think that helped shape your parenting style? Do you think that having all that exposure to quote unquote like the real world at such a young age kind of helped you when it came to parenting?
I think every day I doubt myself as a parent, and then I have like one moment where I go, "That was great, you nailed it." And I think that's really the thing about parenting, right? Is like you're never an expert at it. No matter how many kids you have, they're all going to be different, and they're all going to find different ways to both drive you nuts and bring you joy. And my girls, I think, growing up in this business, I think in some ways I sort of forget what it's like to just be a kid because I didn't have that experience. So sometimes I'm like, okay, we've got to go here, we've got to do this, and and I'm like used to having a really busy schedule, and I'm like, wait, they don't have to do all this. They can just lay on the couch and chill. So we get to do that now. So it's sort of finding that balance, and I think sometimes remembering that the way I grew up and what I was doing wasn't the norm, and so trying to kind of readjust my expectations sometimes for like what it is.
Now, expectations for kids normally high during this time of year when we're getting close to Christmas after Thanksgiving, of course. What are the Sweetin family traditions? What do we do during the holiday season? What's like a must-have or a must-do for you and your family?
Well, a must-do for us is Christmas pajamas. Every year, growing up, my mom, on Christmas Eve, I would open a present, and it was Christmas pajamas. I always knew what it was, but I was like, it was, I got one present on Christmas Eve that I got to open, and it was always that. So one year, my mom, after I'd moved out, and I was, she figured I was an adult now, and I went back on Christmas Eve, and I was like, well, where's my present? And she was like, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's Christmas Eve. And she was like, but you're an adult now. I didn't think you needed pajamas. So, needless to say, Christmas was ruined that year. No, I was like, oh no, but it's tradition. And so from then on, my mom always got me pajamas. And now I've started the tradition with my kids that we all have some sort of Christmas theme. Now we're on to like the pajama pants and sort of, matching shirts or something. They're 14 and 12. I only have so much left.
Again, we're talking about Merry Swissmas. Is going to be on Lifetime, new holiday movie, November 5th, 8/7 Central. Let me ask you this then, okay? This is a big question because I know Merry Swissmas is going to be my new favorite holiday film. Like I can already tell, I can get the vibe of it. Yes, absolutely. But what, aside from this, let's put it aside for just 1 second. What is your go-to holiday classic? Which is your favorite that you always have to watch?
A Muppet Christmas Carol. I know it's ridiculous. I'm a huge fan of the Muppets. I love Michael Caine as Scrooge, and I am not ashamed to admit that I watch this every year. Sometimes more than once, and sometimes by myself because no one else in my house will watch it with me.
Do you have a Michael Caine impression? Can we hear a Michael Caine impression? Do you have one?
Oh my God, no, I can't. No, I don't have a Michael Caine impression.
I won't put you on the spot.
I don't.
I won't put you on the spot. Again, it's Mary's. Go ahead.
God, yeah. Bah, humbug. No, I can't even. I would do a grave injustice to the legacy of Scrooge and to Mr. Michael Caine. I I love that movie. I think it's so great. And I find other fans out there of the Muppet Christmas Carol. So if you either love it or you're not a Muppets person. I am.
I'm a Muppets person too. I like Muppets Treasure Island a little bit more, but it's all right. We'll go with the Christmas Carol. I think it's a great choice.
The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yes, exactly.
Have you seen them up?
Yes, I've seen it. Of course, I've seen it. Yeah, I mean Michael Caine. Okay. See, I was about to do a Michael Caine too, but I can't do it either. It's great. Hey, last thing for you. Okay, we're talking about Merry Swissmas. Why should people go out? Why should we watch this movie? Give them the go ahead. Why should we watch Merry Swissmas this holiday season?
Well, I think you should watch Merry Swissmas this holiday season because you're going to find all kinds of new traditions that families are going to want to do. There's some really beautiful things in there. Advent Fenster, different kinds of sweets and cakes and things like that we talk about in the movie that I think are some fun traditions I'm going to start at my house. But I also think that people are really going to love the story, and the cast is amazing. My co-star Tim Rozon, people may recognize from Schitt's Creek. He was Mutt on Schitt's Creek, and he and I just really hit it off. And I think we had some great chemistry on screen and really, really created a movie that I'm proud of. So I'm excited for people to see it.
Well, Jodie, much success to you in the movie. Again, it's Merry Swissmas Lifetime, November the 5th at 8/7 Central. Happy holidays to you, Jodie, and I'll be watching the movie.
Thanks so much. You too.